Hello, welcome back to our channel. I am avadaterra, that means Ava of the land, and I'm here again to read you cards if you desire that. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, a like. It helps a lot, and it's your way of thanking me for putting effort and energy into this work. Um, If you'd like a private reading with me, the information for that is on the description box below. Just send me an email and we can schedule one. My schedule for December is already open and I'll be happy to hear from you guys. I'm going to start with the Goddess card. Today the Sun's entering Sagittarius, leaving Scorpio, and I feel this energy. I feel this coming out of the darkness, coming into the world, recharged, renewed, and ready to rumble. So let's see what the goddesses have for us today, and which goddess is going to be guiding this reading, making herself present with a message, with an advice, with orientation here for you. I want to open. Ishtar. Ishtar. It's a little dark, but I hope you can see. Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Ishtar is a very old goddess. It's one of the oldest goddesses we know, namely. In the back, I have Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgment about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Or within yourself, I'd say. So Ishtar is one of the oldest goddesses, and she's back from a time where we did not we still had some of the old values, and we still had recognition for women's humanity. So Ishtar, a lot of people consider her very controversial within herself because she stands for life and death, because she stands for construction and destruction, because she stands for power, fertility, love, war, all of that. What does that mean? It means that she's powerful. It means she knows when to give and when to take. It means that her energy understands the power all women hold within ourselves to give life and withhold life. Right? So, Ishtar, strong, powerful, wise. She's a warrior. But first and foremost, she fights for herself. And that means filling herself with love and giving love to others when they deserve it. But don't mess with her. She bites. I love her strength. Let's go into the reading. What does Ishtar wants to tell you today? If this reading resonates with you, receive it into your heart with gratitude. Use your intuition, your common sense to navigate it. If it does not resonate with you, let it go. You will find whoever is meant to find. Be wise, I'm hearing here. Okay, start the reading. 10 of Cups, sorry, came out here. I'm going to accept it. Promises of joy, of happiness, of not even joy. Joy is fleeting. Happiness is the ability to flow through joy and sadness in peace. Be a river. Ten of Cups. Five of Swords. Seven of Swords. And the Eight of Wands. There is great joy. Again, I'm saying joy. There is great happiness and joy. There is great emotional stability, emotional health, emotional sanity. But somehow there's a bitter taste in your mouth. Maybe you're thinking about the resources you had to leave behind because you were in a hurry. Maybe you're thinking that you could have done better than you did. Let's take another one, see what's Seven of Wands. We have no major arcana so far, so the good thing is you are the captain of your life. You are moving your life at the moment. The energy guiding your life is your own. You are setting the pace. You are setting the speed. You are setting the mental. It's as if you're emotional, you reach some level of emotional maturity, but your mind hasn't followed. Your mind is not as fast. Interesting. It's very interesting. Your mind is not as fast as your emotions. Your emotions are more fluid and more free and more at ease than your mind. In your mind, you self-sabotage. In your mind, you doubt. It's like you're doubting your victory. Or you won by cheating and you know it. Five of Swords is victory without honor. The Seven of Swords, accessing a truth nobody knows. Stealing something in the middle of the night. Choosing which resources to take with you and which to leave behind. And there was rush here. There was rush because you had to protect yourself. You had to act fast to protect yourself. Therefore, your mind didn't follow your emotions. Your mind is not aligned with your emotions. What else? What's going on here? I've got some company right here. Yeah, you're blessing this reading. So kudos on the emotional achievements. Kudos on your emotional health, your emotional maturity. That is great news. But somehow your mind is not, it doesn't want to play with. Your mind is like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's almost if your mind, your heart is ready, but your mind is asking you to stay home. Your mind's asking you to go back to the cave. And there's something here about protecting yourself. You're in a rush because you have to protect yourself. What else? Is communication hard right now for you? What else? Queen of Wands. Oops. And the Star. Finding a new power within yourself. You had to rush to protect yourself, and then you find yourself, you discover yourself strong, ready to rumble. As I said, very Sagittarian energy here with the Queen of Wands. Motivated, mature, strong. intention, passion, power, strength, the star, strength, courage. Your guides, your mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, your ancestors are blessing you with strength to move ahead. Whatever is your mind is telling you, it is confusing you, and it's asking you to go back. It's asking you to go back to old patterns, or it's asking you to. It's almost if your mind is trying to sabotage your emotional victory. So you reach this new level of emotional maturity, new level of emotional health. You now can flow easily emotionally. But then your mind is like second guessing all that. Is it really that? Did you really get that? Maybe we go back and we check, what we need. But then there is movement, and there is this need to rush. Like your mind is asking that of you. But something is pushing you ahead. You feel like you have to protect yourself. But then when you realize, you're like, wait, what? No. I'm strong. It says almost if your mind is sabotaging your emotional maturity by making you feel in the agility of things, in the movement of things, in the speed of things, in the rush of things, you almost feel defensive. But then when you look at yourself, when you glimpse at yourself, like let's say you glimpse yourself in the mirror, or you suddenly find yourself in a certain context, that you realize like, no, wait, I can. I'm strong. I have power. I got a motivation. I've got the passion, and I've got the blessing. I've got the courage. Your spirituality, your guides and mentors, fueling the fire of your courage to go ahead, to keep going. Don't go back. Don't listen to your mind. You're gonna move in action. Lots of wands here. So you are winning when you do not follow your mind. You're going to act based on your power, and you're going to act based on your courage, not on what your mind is telling you to do, or the fears your mind is feeding. Your mind is still, there's been a new level of emotional maturity, but your mind is still in this old pattern. Your mind is learning. It's like your mind here I have the Page of Wands, Page of Swords, and Page of Pentacles. Oops. It's as if your mind is trapped. Your mind is in between your action, and your mind finds itself between pressed, trapped, or like involved, surrounded by your capacity to act, and your passion, your intention, and what you hold dear, what is valuable to you, what you consider safe and precious. So it's as if your mind is going to have to learn. You're going to send your mind to school, and your passion is going to be the teacher. Your safety, your sense of safety is going to be the teacher. Your sense of abundance is going to be the teacher. Your sense of material, because Pentacles and Wands, it's very material. And swords, it's the mind, it's air, it's very loose, it's very, so it's as if you're looking to reality, to what's around you, to what surrounds you, and letting your mind be taught by your passion, by your intention, by your movement, by your actions, by what you hold dear, what if you recognize as valuable and safe in your life. So there is a humbling of the mind, right? There's a humbling of the mind. King of Cups. Very interesting reading. 3 cards I'm going to accept. Knight of Cups. 9 of Cups. The World. When you feel like giving up, or when you feel tired, or when you feel like, when you second guess this process of humbling your mind and teaching your mind with your other resources how to grow, your emotional maturity is going to carry the boat towards where you desire to go, the completion you desire to achieve. 9 of Cups with the World. But you are blessed, you are guarded, and your courage is being fueled. I feel Ishtar's energy somewhat parallel to Durga's energy, and the Strength card, the Courage card in the tarot reminds me a lot of Durga with her, with her lion, with her tiger. So if you honor Durga, or if you honor Ishtar, or if you honor Sekhmet, if you honor any goddess that is a warrior goddess, this energy is feeding your courage, is keeping your flame. Trust it. Trust it. And it is your emotional maturity that is going to be your let's say your backup plan in the school of your mind. When the other resources fail, when your passion fails, when your desire to act, your intention fails, when whatever you hold safe and precious fails, because those are also pages, right? It's almost as if your passion, your fire, and your earth, and what you hold dear, what you hold safe, your abundance, they are more or less the same level as your mind. They are a little bit ahead, but because they have other parameters, let's say, they can teach your mind. But when they are tired, because they are all kind of like still children, it is the 10 of Cups that initiated this reading. It's this new level, the King of Cups, this emotional maturity, the ability to emotionally flow, the mastery of emotional flow. It's what's going to carry you forward to the completion of your desire to the conquest of where you desire to be. I think the World card here also talks about the completion, as in having all of those elements, right, balanced. It is your emotional maturity that is going to carry you towards being mentally mature and your fire, your passion, or intention, all the elements, the fire, the earth, and the air, are going to learn with the water in you how to grow. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is very inspiring, and kudos for that. Kudos for that. Remembering here that emotions are not the same, but they run very parallel to intuition. In order to connect to the easiest way to connect to your intuition, there are other ways, but emotion is the let's say the way most people do it, or the first way people learn how to connect to intuition. So I see you here very emotionally mature, very emotionally strong, very capable of emotional flow, of understanding how emotions come in waves, they come and go, and you have this stability emotionally. You can flow, you can come, you can let things come to you, and you can let them go, and you don't hold into them, and you don't push them away when they come, but you also don't hold them when they want to leave. You're just flowing beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. And that is going to carry you towards this completion, the complete process of the transformation, of having the other areas of your life, the other elements within you also maturing. Awesome. Wow. The Hermit, the completion of your personal journey. Yes. Your journey of wisdom, your journey within yourself, your journey to keep the flame. Anything else? Two of Swords, choosing. What's this about? Two of Wands. Ia virar, mas não virou. King of Swords. One more. So right now, you're not here yet, right? You're not in the completion of it yet, but you are headed there. You're walking towards it. And you might feel a sense of stuckness, a sense of, I'm not moving, I'm stuck. And stuck in your mind. There is Nine of Swords here. Stuck in your mind. Why do you feel stuck in your mind? You got a heavy heart. You're replaying your pain in your mind. Seven of Cups. It's your choice. This is your choice. What you're doing to yourself, the self-torture of overthinking over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, becoming emotionally distant to people around you, becoming emotionally distant to your own life, your own routine, your own reality, and the reality of what's going on outside of you, because this is all happening in your mind. Your heart is heavy. Your mind replays what's happened to you, who hurt you, what happened. But it is your choice to do this or to let go. And I'm not saying it's easy to let go, but it's possible. Something is holding you captive in your mind. Let's finalize this reading. Please give me here direction. Although this reading is a whole direction how to do things. Let your emotional self guide your way into completion. What else? Two of Wands. Another two. Yeah, you have a choice and you don't want to make that choice, right? You're just trying to take it. It's justice. Yeah. You don't want to make a choice, but at the same time you're trying to balance everything out. Some things you just gotta leave. Okay. Oh, Kitty on the reading. Ten of Pentacles. Not gonna accept a card on the ground. One more card. Ten of Pentacles. And the Five of Cups. If you try to balance your resentment, if you try to balance your psychological prisons, the things you've been replaying in your mind that you don't want to let go, that make you feel stuck, if you try to balance them with what you got, with the good you got, with the abundance that you got, you'll turn sour. If you don't let go of that resentment, I know resentment is an emotion and not a thought, but what I'm saying here is that despite the emotional maturity, the mind is still resentful. And the mind is stuck in replaying those patterns of what hurt you and the pain you felt. And you advanced emotionally, and you advanced in other areas of your life, and your spirituality is fueling your courage. But somehow, right now, you refuse to let go of these old patterns of the mind, and you're trying to balance them out with the good you got. But this is only going to sour the good you got. That is the message. Do not try to balance resentment with the good you got. You have to let go. Otherwise, the good you got is going to get sour. It's going to get rotten. It's like leaving a rotten orange in a basket full of healthy oranges. You cannot balance it out. You cannot turn a rotten orange back into a healthy orange by putting it to live with healthy oranges. You're just gonna spoil the whole basket. So it's time to let go. And you don't want to let go. Look at you holding so hard. It's mine. It's mine. It makes me feel safe. This is what I know. I want an advice from the ancestors, mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, great grandmothers, to wrap up this reading. Please, mother, speak. Ishtar, Durga, Sekhmet, courage itself, be present in this advice. Please, a word of advice. The pedestal. You put your pain, you put this thing on a pedestal. Every time you think about it, you worship at its altar. And whoever hurt you, whatever happened, those people are living their lives. And you are risking losing the good you did for yourself, the good you achieved by working on your emotional self, to that. Too many cards. I feel this is the advice already. One card. Take it off the pedestal. You have to detach yourself. You have the courage. You're being filled with courage. You use this courage to teach your mind how to grow. You teach your mind how to follow your emotional maturity and let go of the prison minds of replaying over and over and over and over again. It's your choice. You have a choice. Pedestal. Advice, please, mother. Offerings. What did I just say? Death card. Two more. One. Casket. And the grave and the house. Every time you follow this pattern, every time you try to balance out the bad and the good, like not the bad and the good, let's say the unhealthy and the healthy, the dysfunctional and the functional. Every time you try to balance, and you've been worshiping at the altar, at the wrong altar. That needs to end. The advice is take your pain, take your old mental patterns off the pedestal. Stop worshiping them. Stop giving them time, giving them energy. Allow them to die so you can thrive. So you can. What is the home doing here? Grave. Ooh. Grave. One more card. The Knight fell. The Bear, yeah. Somehow your sense of safety and power depend on this. The safety of the Ten of Pentacles, the power of the Queen of Wands are at risk if you don't choose to let go, if you don't choose to follow the path of the Hermit, of keeping the light, not risking the light. I hope this message helped you and talked to your heart, and I'll see you soon. Bye.